Welcome back. And today's little walk is going to be a walk along the wagonways. The wagonways are what used to take the coal from the coal face down to the docks. So we're going to start at the docks because I live down by where the docks would have been. And we're going to follow one of the wagonways. So we'll bring you back on one way. So here we are. I start one of the wagonways. This will be what would have been the end of the Seatonburn Wagonway years ago. And this dock here would have been full of ships where they would have loaded up the coal and sent it around Britain and other countries. Used to get lumber coming in from Scandinavia, and then they would just ship it back along the wagonways, little railways. All this here will just be one big coal yard, loading up ships here in Albert Dock. And like I say, lumber coming in, coal going out. That's where you get the saying. You might have heard some fancy salesman saying, "God, you could sell coals to Newcastle." Well, that basically comes about by helping you sell coals to Newcastle when they've got so much. It's like trying to sell snow to an Eskimo. So this is the start of the Cobbldean part of the wagonway. You can see they've used old sleepers. Albert Dock, old sleepers to try and tie in the rejuvenation of this area. There's the coal heaps, the sleepers. Sleepers all used over there. Over there, I'll bring you back one over there. But it's all looking very nice now. They paid the score on the landscape, I would imagine. So this porch here, this has been built just to represent the grinds and the states on what would have been the railway track, where they would have dumped the coal and then little carts would have took it down towards the ships from here. So these are what they call grinds and states. You may notice something different about us. I had a shave. The department store got in touch with us and said you'd make a really bad Santa, but we'll keep you on file in case we ever have a Scooby-Doo day and we need a shaggy. So I decided to shave it off. Look at that. These little wagonways have all been done up now, but imagine these would have just been constant streams of little coal trucks coming from all the pits down here, loaded onto boats. I thought I'd do this one today because this one's a bit special to me, because that's basically where my dad started in the coal mines, ages between 14 and 15, and then he went down the docks after that, worked with ship repair. So, my dad would have started work as a young boy, working a seam in a coal mine, because he would have been so little at the time. With him being so little, it would get into like the smaller gaps in the seam, get coal, drag it back. He was involved in a bad accident where it was a collapse and he was stuck on the trapped on the ground with a severe injury to his arm for 24 hours where they dug him out. He had a big open wound in his arm, a bit like the $6 million man. That's what we used to call him when we were kids, $6 million. Steve Austin used to call him that. He had a big flap in his forearm where a piece of wood or something had punctured his arm in this collapse. Then after that, he got back to work after that. Can you imagine how scary that was though? Being 15-year-old, trapped on the ground, not knowing if you're going to get digged out or not. Imagine your kids now sitting there playing on Xboxes, living through something like that. I don't think kids could do that nowadays. But in any case, after that, you got a job topside doing the pit ponies, went after the pit ponies. So then we'll take a little car from the pit to the main Seatonburn Railway coal railway and down in towards the docks. So it scored really in the end because you got a cushy job. I mean, they died for it, like, but you got a cushy job. So that's how his little career in the shipyard started. And then obviously national service happened and he got called up. Then after that, when he come out of his national service, after 3 years, not 2, while running away, he used to, it was a strange one, he used to go down, end up looking after sergeants and people, kids, and he had 2 kids of his own at the time. And then when he used to get his leave, he used to never go back and wait for the MPs used to come, collect them. He used to do it all the time. And he ended up doing 3 years national service because of it. He used to always have nightmares, he used to tell us about Colchester, when he used to take him back to Colchester, and the big gangs of MPs used to just come in and kick the living daylights out of him, turn his back mattress over the top of him, lay in it. But he never ever stopped him doing it. He'd done it all the more, and in the end they made him an MP because obviously they couldn't break him. So he spent his last year and a half actually in a boxing team, going around for the army, going around Britain and that, doing exhibition boxing against like the Navy and things like that. And also he was an MP then. And he used to talk to me, he says, I used to catch him and just say, look, when I take you to the train station, you're getting on the train by yourself, and I'm just going to pretend I haven't seen you. If you did turn up on the other side, then I'll have to come and get you. And give him like 24 hours like leave, rather than send him to Colchester where he went. Well, he's a decent man, very decent. And then after that, after his national service, when he come back, he just got a job working down the shipyards as a fitter's mate. That's basically like doing all the hard work for a fitter, like all the heavy lifting. And I have people say, oh, it's a rigger's job and things like that, but no, back then it wasn't. It was a fitter's mate job. Riggers wouldn't have a clue how to lift something of more than 5 ton. All riggers done down the shipyards back then was wire up lifeboats and stuff like that, you know, the rigging for lifeboats. I wouldn't dare lift anything heavy like a massive 15 ton rudder or something like that. I wouldn't know how to be quite honest. But that's why he ended up working for the rest of his life. In and out obviously because it was just temporary work. Went to Fergie Foster's and that places like that in between. But that's where he ended up. So yeah, one other section of the Wagonway. Basically all they are now is they use to turn them into cycle paths, little test tracks. Part of the work going on now is I used to be able to test track for the metro when they introduced the metro to the northeast and made most parts of the country went for trams and stuff like that, but we went for one little metro system in the 80s. That used to be a test track, but now they've used the test track. There's like a George Stephenson Memorial Museum at the end of it, in Shamoor, but in North Shields where it ends in Percy Main. That used to be like a big junction place for all the coal trains and things. I'll put some pictures in later on to show you what it all used to look like back then. Done that with Percy Main and up that way to Shamoor. And normally in the winter time, come the December time, they normally have this is the Polar Express. You pay money to go on and then you have a hot chocolate coming on the train ride. It's still used like a steam train coming down here from the George Stephenson. But can you imagine the surprise when you get to Percy Main and find out the class in that is the North Pole. Bit of a shock for your system that would be. What do you think me hat? A little bit shabby, do you think? Put it in the wash and it's lost all its elasticity. Probably get blown off my head now. I've had to invest in a new one. So I have to have an official ceremony of getting rid of this one. New hat. Not as bright as the last one. so it's keeping up the orange hat productions. Like it. And also it's reversible, so when I get really famous I can go incognito and put a turn around. These tracks go all the way up to Shire. It used to be the old test track for the metro. We used to, one of the first ones to run the metro at school when we were kids. Well, I went to senior in school down the metro tracks in Howden. And we went on the train for a day out. And it went right around the circular, and we'll come all the way back to Howden, ready to get off. And the train driver just went straight past it and stopped in Howden. All the kids, yay! Had to go right round again, 2 times round. Class as kidnapped nowadays, like, but back then it was fun. So we used to come up this way, yeah, and it was like another track that went up that path all the way down there. That was like another wagonway. Obviously we would have had a couple. Your mum used to tell us, because she used to live down there on the Molesend Road, and then we're kids just after the war, we would sneak by the tracks and wait for the coal trains to come down and bits of coal rattle off. If they got caught they would get into big trouble, you know, but they were kids and just to go out and pinch bits of coal for the fire. That's what you had to do to survive back in rationings. We used to come blackberry picking. It's a good thing about old tracks like this, it's fantastic for things like what you wouldn't, blackberry seeds used to get to spread up and down the track, apple seeds spread up and down the track, tomato plants, tomato plants, certain seeds you cannot digest, and obviously used to come out of it, and people used to do the waste along the tracks, and the train will come, knock up little plants, then dispose either side, and you used to have abundance of things like that. Apple trees, things like that. It's the same with the sewage works. When you go down to the sewage works, you'll find a load of tomato plants and a load of apple trees and things like that just grow naturally. Don't need any fertilisation because it's already had a big lump of it on the road. Yeah, so these tracks now are just like cycle tracks, little walk paths, nice little walks. It's nice to know what you're actually going on or what the walk was beforehand. Give you a little insight, isn't it? If days gone by. When we were kids, we used to all come up here, big family days out going blackberry picking, and my mum used to make blackberry pies and bake all day. It was lush. Oh, a bacon and egg pie was something to die for, like, oh god, love them. And then we used to make little jam tarts with all the blackberries. Steam Railway Museum. As you can see there, it's free entry, donations welcome. Don't suppose you'll be able to do it now with COVID, but in these hot shop is where they keep the trains, and straight on the tracks, and then down that section where we've just walked. So this is where we are, joining back on the Wagonway, middle engine lane. That was the old engine house. On the Seatonburn, Sega Hill Wagonway. It was actually bigger than that. It went all the way from Ford and right round on a big horseshoe. Also this. Them there. Used to call them red hot pokers. And the little spores used to be knocked by trains and spread all over England by the railways. Forgot to say, got steak today, steak and mushrooms for a little cook along a bang. Hopefully you can find somewhere. I mean, I'll definitely find somewhere. But we've had 6 days of rain, so it's trying to find somewhere that's half decent. That's the thing. But we will. I'll have that. Oh, nice little country walks. Not really country. Little park walks. All built on the landscape that was for the gold board, basically. Help hide the scars all once created. So this little path here would have been like your mini wagon ways going to the main railway, and it would have headed off towards Backwas, West Allotment. All these little tiny little pit villages, they all had their own little pits, and then linked up with the main one, the Seaton Burn. The Seaton Burn one went all the way from Forden to Gosforth, wide open, all the way around the top end, like the bottom end of Crampton, down through Kilmath, down towards the coast where I live. You know, all these little tiny pits all together for one road straight down to the docks. And like I say, made them all into lovely little walks, so you can get yourself out, especially on days like this. Wow, you don't normally get days like this. So just walking through West Allotment now. I'll quickly show you this shop, the name of it. Morris Sings. I love it when people do that, fight the establishment in that own little way. Basically what it was called Singsbury's, and then Sainsbury's got in touch and complained about it. So Mr. Singh changed it to Morris Sings then. I love it when people do that. Nearly there. So here we are at the Rising Sun Country Park, and we are there. Then we're going to probably walk down to Hadrian Park, and I think that's in Backasta and Swallow Pond. So we're going to head off down that way, see what we're going to find. Little nature reserve, Rising Sun Country Park. Have a quick look. There's plenty of people knocking about, like, so I might struggle to get one. We'll just head straight through. So in any case, get back on to me dad on his deathbed. This is how the coal industry affected him. But on his deathbed, he had his shorts on, dying of cancer. And you could still see ingrained in his knees little shards of coal where he had to obviously go crawling when he was 14, 15-year-old, and get impregnated in underneath your skin. It's scary when you think about it. 60 years later, and it's still there. He's had him cremated on his thingy. The coal probably helped him burn a bit, sorry. But I had him cremated. And he loved cowboy films, so I had a theme from Rawhide. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Playing from going into the church. And one of his favourite songs on the way back out. But just goes to show you how much something that you've done in the past can stay with you all that time. Still little shards of coal underneath your skin where you can still see that, where you've knelt on shards of it. Beautiful hell, isn't it? So that there used to be where the pit was, and most of that's just a pit heap of all the other stuff we used to bring out the ground. I'll have a walk up there, and Still looking around for somewhere to have a look. Well, it's such a pity this hasn't been maintained. I could have seen the old pit. I don't know if you can make it out there. The train tracks heading off. Pit head there. So this is the top of the pit heap. You can see it's like a turning into a country park thing now, but and that way is Wall's End. Well, that way it's Forden. You think that Seaton Burn would have went right around there, up the Canvas, bottom of Crampton, right round, like the branches of a tree, all these little pits joining in, all the way around. That's where I was on there. Our part of the Wagonway, probably about 1,000 yards behind that building there, further that way, and all the way down, all the way back down there. And if you can see the two tall pylons, there and there, they're actually taller because they're the ones that go over the Tyne. So all the way down to where that smoke is on the horizon, that's where it would have ended up. Long way around, but beautiful, isn't it? I've never been up here since I was about 14. Me and my mates used to come up. But it's so beautiful. It's all changed now. Right. We'll pan around. Well, that was Newcastle and the Tyne Valley. Well, that way. That's where George Stephenson was born, over in the Wylam Valley, right over there. Probably over that hill that's on the very horizon. Born in Wylam. And he moved to Kilmarnock, to Dale Cottage. And Dale Cottage, I would imagine, looking here, is probably on the horizon over there. So yeah, this is the end of the Coal Walk. All these new houses getting built on old pit seams. No wonder why they laugh. For Lecky Bourne there, used to always get sent back to certain properties and things like that because of the subsidence. When you get there, the house had half collapsed into the thing where obviously the pit underneath hadn't been surveyed properly and they would fall. Yeah. If you're up New Hartley, I did up in New Hartley, they wouldn't let us back on to take the meters out when I got like the job to take the meters back out. Wouldn't let us back on because too dangerous. When you got there, the house was like leaning over like that and half was disappeared into the ground. Can you imagine if you had bought that house? That would be nice for you, buying that house and then getting stuck like that. Right, note to oneself, next time I come I'll have to bring a little bit of a tarpaulin thing, and then I can just have it anyway, you know, I could have it there anyway. The ground's a bit too damp to be sitting down on. If I had one of them, then I could have just sat down on that, put it on that. Next time I'll think about it, pack some more stuff. Hasn't been too bad of a walk though. Just look somewhere now for a mukbang. Well, that's where I was going to have the mukbang, but as you can see, there's just too many people there. I'll have to turn to plan B, see what I can get. Found this nice little thing. Give you throw out the edges. Go slowly so you can try and pick up. Very nice little bit of history. To end this little tribute to my dad, his working life. So I'm on the coast road now, just cut through Hadrian Park and back hill. It's got Wilton to go, Wilton Quay and out. Hello, welcome back. decided, as time was running out, just to cook it in the house. So I've got a nice bit of steak, like a Dijon sauce that I made myself with mushrooms and onions, and some new potatoes with a bit of paprika on. That beats doing it outside in the cold. And for drink, I've got this Northern Monk collaboration with Alpha Delta Breweries, Order of the Faith. Ooh. Very nice that. It's got a fruity taste to it. Right, here we go. Hopefully the steak's alright. Yeah, it's alright. Bit thin, like I'll give the wife a decent one. Yeah, get that in here. Really nice. Right. So I was running out of time on the walk. It's starting to get dark. I thought, I'll just do it when I get home. Gives you a treat and show you what my house looks like. Yeah, Christmas. To go with the Christmas stories. So, Christmas. My best ever Christmas. Well, I had so many good Christmases, but ones that stuck out was 1983. Star Wars Christmas. That was really good. I'll put pictures in later on for you to show you how good it was. But my mum really does proud that year. Got practically everything to do with Star Wars. 1983, Return of Jedi just come out. And my mum went overboard with the stuff over. Amazing. Don't appreciate it as much as I should. Now when I think back I do. I think, wait, now I know how much debt she was in to get it. Appreciate it. Practically everything to do with Star Wars. Arts. Can't remember the snow speed art thing that Luke Skywalker had with, you know, that rope come out the back and tied up the art around his legs. Well, you'll know if you're into Star Wars. Or got one of them what do you call it? Skywalkers. You name it, I probably got the lot. Even one day I got us something to do with Star Wars. He bought his boss car and here's a little spaceship. I had loads. I just wish to God I had kept it all. It's all worth a fortune now. Stupidly you don't think at the time. Straight into the boxes. I think my mum would have hit us over the head. If I'd have been one of these kids that says, oh no, I want to keep it in that box. The money she's paid for it all. I think she would have hit us over the head with it. Took it back. Brilliant Christmas. One of the photos of our Kev, because our Kev was drinking age then. Our one day was probably about 16, 17. Obviously Christmas Eve he's been out on the drink, so he's lopping about on the settee, getting on my mum's wick. It's one of the photos he's got his like leg crossed in such a way it looks like his bits are hanging out, but it's actually not, it's his big toe.
And another year when I was 16, my mum really went to town. I was when you remember I was telling you about me when she was there, they like special present in the dining room. So I had Christmas, had lush Christmas. Hey, do you want to go have a look in the dining room? No, yeah, go on then. Goes in the dining room. The old BMX bike. I think it was 15. Thought, wow, excellent. Over the moon. Couldn't believe it. Goes back in the living room, playing with toys. Trying to go and have a look in the kitchen. Goes in the kitchen. Portable telly, coloured. Oh, get in. Portable telly, get in. Watch that in my bedroom. Never had one before. Had a little black and white one, but colour portable. Over them one. Couldn't believe it. Doing cartwheels as you do as a kid. So I backed out. Hey, do you want to go and have a look in the bedroom? I was like, what's going on? Goes up in the bedroom. She's got a Sinclair Spectrum then with the computers back in the day. I had Commodore 64 or Sinclair Spectrums. So she'd done that. Brilliant. Not used to sitting in front of a thingy, I like. I much prefer to be out talking. I feel like I'm just talking to you now by yourself. A bit more intimate. Would you like another forkful? It'll probably come across as very creepy. But it's a one-off. Yes, yeah. The walk I've done today. It's 10 mile long. And I had to pick the bairn up from school and that, so conscious of time, so I'll just do it in the house. So do it in the house for a change, ways. Mine don't get used to it. I'll be back out next time. I think next time what I'll do is I'm going to take tarpaulin with this. So no matter what the weather, I can always knock up a little shelter somewhere out the way of people. Loads of places I could have done it today, but I just didn't have it. And then you're always conscious of being in people's way, and I went into a little bird sanctuary thing where you look through the windows and look at the bird sanctuary. But there's people waiting to get in with the cameras and things like that. And they weren't getting my steak, that's for certain. Right, definitely not getting my steak. I'll quite like them with a little bit of paprika on. I think my dog's just going to start sneaking into the shot. He's had a steak and a chicken leg. I'll make a mistake yourself, so he doesn't hassle it for mine. What you doing? Sitting behind it on the floor. I don't know if you can see him through the table or not. Wanting some more. It's got a funny old smell. Can you remember Quattro Pop from the 80s? Like the Quattro colours on. That's what it smells like. Like a lilt Quattro Pop. It doesn't taste as fruity, but it smells it. But it's like, it's nice, not like. Not really into craft beers, but I took one of them out the last time. I was hoping to get like a long walk back to the car after the mukbang sort thing, so but it didn't work out that way, so I didn't drink it. Well, I'm not risking getting caught with a can of beer sitting in the back of the car. Especially this close to Christmas. Got no chance. Especially when I seen how much it was. And like normally cans, you're lucky if that's like 3%, something like that, at 6.5%. So that's why I didn't have it last time. I'd like to say that's my log fire in the background, but I put the telly on. And when I pictures for Christmas, it said it was playing music, but it's just yellow log fire. Aye, so I had some good Christmases. Running out little stories for myself, like. Because after that, yeah, classed as an adult when you go out and drink. Well, my first time I went there, because my dad normally used to go to the club Christmas Day. My mum had like a 3-bedroom semi-detached council house, and she had Lynn, her 2 kids, Les, Teresa, little Malcolm, loads. Must have been about 15 people. She had to do it in 2 sittings. Wasn't too bad, because when you're old enough you went to the club, had a few drinks, come back, had your dinner, wherever you all the younger ones and the wives had their dinner by the time you got back. And then get shouted off your mum, get out of bed, you're drunk, you're spoiling it for everyone. All had return of that. I remember my dad coming in one time. It's only like a 3-hour drinking session, but I think drink was going out of fashion and we used to hide it down your neck. I think Prohibition was coming in the day after. Come in, roll about on the floor. One year rolled over the top this new garage I got for Christmas. Just but it's little things. So it's going to be a quick mukbang today. No cook along. I cooked this. Made my wife the same, but I chased her upstairs. Just rushing out a shot. Acting skills are terrible. Not like you're acting, just trying to be yourself, but I think I put it on there, not this one, but I put it on the next one. I think when I dressed up as Santa Claus. And the trick to photography that I used was back with an old Sony camera recorder. Dressed up as Santa Claus for Sally when she was 2 or something like that. But Joanne's acting skills. What's happening? What's going on? What's this? And then I jump into the shot with, oh, hello, Sally! Yeah, like Santa Claus. Oh, that was beautiful. And today's mince pie is from Morrison's. Are you doing the dishes?
No.
No, alright. I got these one from Morrison to see if they're any good. Oh, plenty filling in. I bet. Yeah, didn't mean to really take that much. Nah, yeah, right. Have the rest if you want. I'm joking. Yeah, nice. Not as nice as last week's from the Co-op M or something special M, but There's plenty filling in these ones from Morrison's. Really nice. Hold on, I'll just oh, you know, I'll log on the telly. That didn't work. So the walk today on the Wagonways, I really enjoyed. 10 mile. 10 mile. Walk from North Shields up to Percival, down by the dock where I live, up to Percy Main. Up there. Shamwa over at the Wall's End, like top end of Wall's End, where it joins into Long Benton. From there, back down through Huron Park, back the hill, then back in the Howden. Stopped off at my mum, see if she wanted anything done when I was, and then just phoned the wife and says pick us up, and then what am I to do? Why not? Phoned the wife, asked her to pick us up, so she come pick us up. I had to go and pick the daughter up, so I didn't really have time to mess around anyway. But this will be the one and only time you get to see my house, because it's not what I wanted to do. There's my Christmas tree and my garland on the top. No, it's not a backdrop before you ask. Pretty boring walls like, but that's what it looks like. Really nice shoes. I've got my new hat on, just for continuity. Keep you in the loop. So I'm gutted about my luminous orange one. Oh, that fall, I put it in the washing machine. Put it in the washing machine, then put it in the tumble dryer and expect it to come out decent. Actually just hand washed it. Getting hazy. Hand wash it the first couple of times out in the radiator, fine. Put it in the washing machine, tumble dryer. To make it soppy, but never mind. So, not long now till Christmas. Hopefully you get everything that you want. Hopefully I get a couple of these in before Christmas, but I thought I'll put my Christmas jumper on just in case. It's not really my Christmas jumper. Joanne bought them on the off chance I might want to wear a Christmas jumper, but I've got one I wear every year. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, because I did. Just wish I had been outside. So, Merry Christmas, and I'll catch you on. Go on.
I'm twisted up inside, but nonetheless I feel the need to stay. I don't know the future, but the past keeps getting clearer every day.
It was December 25th, 1980 something. Here's a few photos to show I was that little kid with the big glasses on.